You know, life seems like a dread right now. All those times that I consume myself talking to myself, I feel I spend more time in my own mind than I do living, so I have no other choice because it's just this constant conversation. You know, I've looked for these outlooks, I've looked for meditation, and yet it's just, it doesn't work. It all brings me back to where I start, which is this one single problem. And I hate it. I genuinely do. I genuinely hate everything that happens. You know, oftentimes I just find myself just being in my own head a lot, and I really can't escape it. No matter what I do to the cars, like plopping outside, the door that just happened right now. It's like, who really cares if you have that type of muffler or engine? Like, I just have the tendency to overthink. It's like, I can't really control it. It's kind of like a second language or breathing. Like, you just don't know that you're doing it until you're like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing. And like, I've researched, being mindful and meditation and all that. But when I'm in meditation, I just feel like I get sent back like 5, 10 years, and it's horrible. Like, I never want to feel those emotions again. I never want to feel what it's like to be a child, and being a child for me was incredibly difficult. I hated it because you just felt like nothing, feeling like nothing in an era of all of that, all of what was happening from, the turn of the millennia to practically now is just, it's crazy. And I hate the fact that I was caught
See,
in the
now, Mason,
crossfire.
I wouldn't take things as far and as grave you put them. It's a sort of mentality that you've put yourself in a corner or a room per se. And when you try to escape this room, what your mind does is puts you back into that stage of where you were.
It's just
why you were there, when you were there.
sometimes
It's
I don't
just a
feel like I
constant
have
reminder
my own
of it.
control over
Now,
my
understandably
own
so, it's not healthy.
even though I know
It
myself,
really isn't
I am
healthy.
making
But
these decisions.
from my
It's like
experience and what I can
my
say,
mind is making these decisions,
in
but
trying to
there's
guide
a
you
part
in
of my
this
brain
kind of
that is just
landmine
not allowing me to do
ordeal
or think the
is
way that I
that
want to think because
you
of
have
whatever
to
that's happening
live
there. I just
life.
can't.
You have
I
to
can't further describe it anymore.
create,
It's just,
fail,
if I do, I just go around
fail
in circles
again,
and
fail
circles,
even
and
more,
I can't
to the
control that
point of
either.
detachment and letting go. Your problem may not be that you don't know what to do, or it could be that you do know what to do, but you're too afraid to do it. Or if you're not afraid, you're too lazy. Or in essence, you give yourself these excuses to override and circumvent you doing these actions. And maybe your body is following that, quote unquote placebo into allowing yourself to not do those things, to allow for that kind of self-sabotage, if you're catching my drift.
I genuinely don't know what else to say, Doc. You can say all what you said, but I don't feel like that's my issue. I don't know. I feel like it's more of like a spiritual thing. Maybe I should see a shaman or something. But it's just that effect of something tying me to this ground, to the earth, to something. I don't know. It just seems out of my control. No matter how much I try to take control, it feels out of my control. It feels like I can't do it. It feels like it. It may not be as how it looks. It may not be as how I can change it, but that's how I feel, Is that not warranted? Or I know you're not discounting my emotions. It's just I'm tired. I'm just tired for as long as I have been doing this. It's just the same, the same, the same. I don't know. I guess it's just kind of been different since I've been seeing you, starting this therapy and everything. It's just all different. But I don't know. You tell me. get some friends.